Whether you ride Metro North every morning or haven't touched a train in years, you're paying for it. Every Westchester resident subsidizes the commuter railroad roughly $1,100 a year. Not in fares, in taxes. This is the Friday Intel. Let's go deeper. Welcome to the Friday Intel from I Live Here, Westchester. Every Friday, we go deeper on one data story that affects your life in Westchester County. This week, the real economics of Metro North and what it actually costs this county to stay connected. Start with the top line. In 2023, Metro North's total operating expense was $1.52 billion. Farebox revenue, meaning what riders actually paid in tickets, was $558 million. That is a 37% recovery rate. For every dollar it costs to operate this railroad, riders cover about 37 cents. The rest comes from state aid, federal funding, and dedicated local taxes. Now, here is the Westchester piece. Metro North carried 60 million riders in 2023. The Harlem Line, 18.3 million. Hudson, 12.1 million. New Haven, 28.7 million. When you count stations by county, roughly 75% of total ridership originates at Westchester stations. That is about 44 million boardings a year starting in this county. Those riders generated an estimated $420 to $450 million in fares. But Westchester's share of operating cost runs north of $1 billion. The gap, roughly $1.1 billion, is subsidized every year. Where does that money come from? Westchester pays a 0.375% MTA sales tax surcharge on every purchase. New York State sent $2.6 billion in mass transit aid to the MTA in 2022. Federal grants cover another slice. No single source. A patchwork of public money keeping the trains moving. Here is what caught me off guard when I dug into this. The capital side is its own story. The MTA's 2020 to 2024 capital plan allocated $4.7 billion to Metro North. The single biggest Westchester project, the Croton-Harmon Yard renovation, cost $1.1 billion. That is the railroad's primary maintenance hub in Croton-on-Hudson. 1,200 employees. The rebuild took 22 years in 5 phases. $360 million federal, $395 million state. The rest in MTA bonds, $1.1 billion just to maintain the place where the trains get maintained. Now, the per-person math. Take that $1.1 billion annual subsidy. Divide by Westchester's 980,000 residents, about $1,100 per person per year. Divide by rides. Every Westchester boarding carries a $25 subsidy on top of the ticket. So what does this mean if you live here? If you commute, every trip is backstopped by $25 in subsidy beyond your fare. Your monthly pass covers a fraction of the real cost. If you never ride, you're still contributing. The sales tax surcharge hits every purchase you make in Westchester. State income taxes fund the operating aid. Your household underwrites a railroad you may never board. And if you own property near a station, you may be the biggest beneficiary. Station-adjacent home values carry measurable premiums. The subsidy does not just move people, it moves prices. None of this means Metro North is not worth it. 6,000 employees, 45 million Westchester boardings a year. A direct rail link to Manhattan no highway can replace. But infrastructure has a price. In Westchester, that price is $1,100 per person per year. Paid by everyone, not just the people on the platform. That is your Friday Intel. If this was useful, share it with someone who lives here. I'll see you Monday on the Westchester Brief. I'm Jim, and I live here.